Madam Speaker, I wanted to share some news out of California just today, where Governor Gavin Newsom has issued an executive order for state officials to begin dismantling thousands of homeless encampments on state properties and also encouraging local jurisdictions to do the same thing. Now, this is in response to the Supreme Court's recent decision in the Grants Pass case. I asked the Supreme Court to do what it did in an amicus brief, that is to say, overturn a misguided Ninth Circuit decision and give our communities back the power to deal with homeless encampments and to have common sense limits on the public spaces where they can be. It's important to note that Governor Newsom did not join me in those efforts. He did file his own brief, but he explicitly opposed overturning this lower court decision that has handcuffed our local community's ability to deal with homelessness. But I'm glad to see that now that the decision came out as it did and the court sided with my view as opposed to his, he is seeing the benefits of the decision and is apparently ordering the state to deal with homeless encampments in as much as it can within its jurisdiction and encouraging local jurisdictions to do the same. I know that in my district, we already have had communities that have done a very good job limiting homelessness within the constraints that they have, but this decision is going to provide a new set of tools to address the problem in a more comprehensive and compassionate way. But then there are other parts of California, such as San Francisco, where the homeless situation has gotten totally out of control, and at least to their credit, some of the political leaders there have now realized that they no longer have an excuse now that the Supreme Court has ruled. So Mayor London Breed in San Francisco has announced she'll be undertaking, quote, very aggressive sweeps of homeless encampments in that city. We're also hearing of action coming soon, potentially in Oakland and in other cities across California. Now, I did an amicus brief in this case calling on the court to rule as it did because I believed it could be a new day for California. The issue of homeless encampments on our streets, our sidewalks, in our parks, on the path of families walking their kids to school or going to the grocery store has been one of the biggest problems facing our state. It's been causing communities to deteriorate. It's been associated with crime, with sexual assault, with waste, with fires, with disease, with many other problems. And it has manifested a complete lack of compassion for the homeless individuals themselves, who oftentimes don't go to shelter when it's available because they're struggling with substance abuse issues, with mental health issues. So this court decision is giving back our communities the ability to place common sense restrictions on where homeless encampments can set up in order to protect order and safety and public health, while also allowing the tools to connect these individuals with the services they need to turn their lives around, whether that's substance abuse treatment, mental health treatment, other forms of counseling, family reunification, job training, and the like. It's been shown time and time again that that is the way to help people turn their lives around and get back on their feet, whereas allowing people to simply live and fester and all too often tragically die on our streets has proven to be a disastrous policy. And indeed, it's gotten to the point where California at this time has about half the unsheltered homeless in the entire country. So I do believe that this court decision that has just come down, combined with our efforts to restore consequences for criminal activity, with what's now being called Prop 36, really can be a path back to sanity and a new day for California. So I'm glad to see that the governor has at least recognized the potential of this court decision, and I would encourage him to make good on these promises, to deal with the state's own issues when it comes to state property, and provide encouragement for local jurisdictions to do the right thing while respecting their autonomy and flexibility to meet the needs of their community as they see best.